Hello, my friends. We are here. Lawrence, Ted, the inGamba N2 trip. We're going down the length of Portugal. Now, we both go to the Traka afterwards, and I wasn't going to bring 2 bikes.
Actually, I fly home. I just did this for you.
This is very thoughtful. So Lawrence, I tell him I'm bringing 1 bike, and I say I'm going to bring my gravel bike, and I'm going to run 35 slick tires, which I did. Really good looking plush tire. It's a really comfortable ride.
That was me. I just bought the bike I rode at the Gravel Worlds actually last year.
LTD brought his mountain bike for all intents and purposes. 38 knobbies. He's got
50 kilometers on the road on these tires.
Yeah, we have 140 miles each of the next 2 days, and then 180 mile days on 180 miles on day 3. We're here for the training. This is going to be amazing. We're here for an awesome week. Looking forward to it. Over and out.
We go left and then we go straight to that roundabout with the mark of kilometer 0.
All right, so from this point, 760 kilometers in that direction, I think, maybe that direction, is the southern point of Portugal. We're right here in Chavez, Portugal. Faro, Portugal's over there. We got 3 days of riding. It's just shy of 500 miles all said and done. So we got a mega 3 days. This is typically a 6-day trip, and we're doing it over the course of 3. So wish us luck.
All right, so day 1 turned out to be 7 hours of riding. We pedaled out from the city of Chavez and quickly we're into some rolling and pretty mountainous terrain. It was a wine region, so vineyards in every direction with massive swooping turns and very little traffic. For efficiency and thanks to being a strong group, we kept the team all together through the mid-ride coffee stop, which occurred halfway up a pretty huge climb.
Crossing the Douro, something like that. And we're about to start an HC climb, 26 kilometers. What's that, 16, 17 miles? Going up.
More of the same to the finish, where after spending all day in the saddle, I was pretty sweaty and hot.
Thank you, boys.
Good morning. 222 kilometers on tap. That's somewhere in the neighborhood of 130 miles. Heck of a lot of climbing. I think you think of a highway, right? And you don't think it's gonna be doing a lot of climbing, but we've got 3,500 meters, I think, just shy of 11,000 feet. And the number of bridges that you see on any given day make it all make sense. Up and down, into valleys, all the freaking time.
So day 2 is another big day, 7 hours in the saddle again. And then with tired legs, but knowing that the finish in Faro was somehow in sight, we made the 180-mile final day push there on day 3. Slightly less climbing. This was down in the Alentejo region, the flatter center band of the country. Lots of open terrain. And then in and out of these tiny Portuguese villages before making it to the southern Atlantic coast.
Well, gang, there it is. 738 kilometers, which works out to what, 400 and some odd miles. I can't do math right now. Surely I'll have this transcribed somewhere, maybe down below. Anyway, that was an amazing 3 days. I'm very thankful today's tailwind, but I'm really thankful for this group. I'm thankful that I got to go half-wheel Lawrence for the better part of 21 hours over 3 days.
I'm still pissed with that.
Oh yeah?
Because
what, for my tires?
Yeah, because of the tires.
It was really great training, and now we got the Atlantic and a little bit of R&R before I make my way to the Traka. I'm headed over to Spain tomorrow, and the race takes place in, I guess, 9 days. So I got some time to do some recovery, to check out some, a little bit of course recon, and visit my old stomping grounds. Very excited about that. Boom! That was aggressive. And just like that, I made my road bike a gravel bike. So I'm up here just outside of town. Girona is that way, probably 3K as the crow flies. Yes, I am in Europe, so I've adopted being European with the metric system. The Traka starts out with 2 back-to-back just wallish climbs, and so I'm at the top of the first one, hence my pretty copious sweat. I've turned my road bike into a gravel bike just with the switcheroo of a set of tires. So I was running 35 Bon Jon Pass by Rene Hurst slicks. Those are at 35, I think I just said that. And now I have Manistache Ridge, which is a knobby 44. Endurance Plus casing on this bad boy. I had standard, no, I had extra light on the slicks, which made for a very dreamy ride. But not knowing what I was getting into here in the Traka, not having ever ridden gravel here, I figure when in doubt, throw a little knob on there. So a 44 is a very reliably wide tire. The Endurance Plus casing is very strong for this kind of shale stone. I'll show you in just a second. And it makes for a very reliable, awesome ride. What I've noticed is it has been raining for the better part of 4 days since getting to town. It's a little bit funny because when I looked at the weather 4 weeks ago when I was first packing for this trip, because I went from California to Portugal to here, it wasn't supposed to rain at all. Like, reliably, by the time late April rolls around, you're in summer and you're not gonna see rain for the next 5 months. Alas, it is poured rain. Absolute deluge since getting to town. Apparently Catalonia is in something of a drought. So it makes it kind of interesting that it is so wet. It is pouring rain all week. And coincidentally it was dry last week and will be dry next week. So bought myself an umbrella. Oh! Whoops. That is a bummer. The best part of that is the ground here really drains water well. So what I've found is my bike is a little bit filthy, but it's not building up that peanut butter mud that you're accustomed to often in super wet races in North America. Sand, sand, sand. Grit, grit, grit. Drivetrain making a lot of noise, but operating smoothly and happily. So, yeah, what's cool about the terrain, the terra firma, is it is so much different than what we're accustomed to in North America. I mean, here's stones, right? There's some almost like flint rock over there. I've ridden a good portion of the course, not in any way all of it. I've ridden a whole bunch of single track. There's some grassy sections, there's some muddy sections, there's some super duper deep puddle sections. This race, it kind of has everything. Super steep, super punchy stuff, a lot of really technical riding. Huge variation in the rocks, in the sand. I've seen a ton of sandy stuff. It's kind of neat. Anyway, having said all that, and having largely ridden in the dry today, I think it's about to rain. It's a whole week of activities. Tomorrow, I think the 560 starts. Friday, the 360 starts. Our race, the 200K, is Saturday. So, got a little bit of R&R tomorrow. I'm gonna watch the race go off. I'll probably use my umbrella and Try to stay dry. All right, I'm gonna descend off this mountain.